It is Minneapolis. We're watching it.
Dontae's Boxing Nation.
Dontae's Boxing Nation. Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keith Thurman said that you kind of bully, you know, the opponents when you talk in boxing. He said something on the lines of that. What do you think about him saying that?
He said Shawn was bullying 140-pounders?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying Shawn was bullying 140-pounders. And my answer to that is Shawn was 165 pounds in the amateurs. And the names that Shawn beat, you know what I mean? It's no disrespect to any of them. They're great fighters. But the names that Shawn beat, Keith couldn't beat Demetrius Andrade. Shawn beat him. That's his last loss. Demetrius' last loss. You know what I mean? That's no knock on Demetrius. You know, great fighter. That's no knock on Keith, but we're not bullying smaller guys, Keith. We fought bigger guys, you know what I mean? I don't think he would have beat Edwin Rodriguez 2 times when Edwin was the National Golden Glove champion trying to return. When he was a U.S. champion trying to repeat, Shawn beat him both times. I don't think he would have beat Sean Estrada. I don't think he would have beat Danny Jacobs. So, you know, my comparison, what I'm using, our foundation, what we have, that's what we're taking to the ring on fight night. That's probably part of the reason why a guy like Keith Thurman doesn't want to take this fight. He's being forced into this situation. If you're not being forced into this situation, then make it known you want this, embrace this. Shawn Porter, be here tonight. You should be here tonight, Keith. You weren't in New York last week. We're here, hashtag I'm here. Where you at?
Was he supposed to be in New York?
He's supposed to be in New York. He's supposed to be here. He's not here.
We
you know what I mean? We fully expected a big announcement.
We still expect a big announcement. This is not a junior. This is elite. You know what I mean? That's what we deserve. You know what I'm saying?
So where you at? Hashtag I'm here.
How much do you guys remember about Keith from the amateurs?
I know a lot about him. I worked his corner. I've trained him in the amateurs. I've worked his corner in the amateurs.
What's his weakness?
And I worked his corner in the pros.
What's his weakness?
There's no weaknesses that this kid, this young man, is a great fighter. Okay, so there's no weaknesses that we're going to be able to expose to you just by us talking about it. Weaknesses have to be found out. Those questions be found out on fight night. We ask the questions, he have to come back with the answer. He got questions for us, we have to come back with the answer. You know what I mean? Now you can look at some of his previous fights. Hell, you can look at Shawn's and say, oh, Shawn's weak. I can catch him with the left hook. Bring that left hook, baby. Bring that left hook. Because when you bring that left hook, you're going to get something in return. That's what we're looking forward to. So we're not looking at any weaknesses. We're looking at all the positives and all the things that he does right. And we're going to prepare for all those things.
Thurman said he's not afraid to let his O go. Do you believe that after the negotiation situation?
Nah, I don't believe that. But you trying to get something started. You trying to get something started over here.
You know what? Instigate, no.
You know what?
Props to Kenny for recognizing that.
I can't tell you.
Ben taught me that.
I can't tell you what Keith is thinking. But I can only speak for us. It's just like him asking, we feel we can get it. We're here. Give us credit for being here. Hashtag I'm here.
I gotta do this. Manny Pacquiao said,
Is that a real hashtag?
No,
it is now.
It can be now.
Yeah.
Pacquiao said that a lot of people are coming up to him and telling him that he won the Mayweather fight. What do you think about that?
No.
We said that like Floyd when they asked Floyd would he fight Shawn. No.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. I watched him train. I've trained with him, top to bottom. I'm gonna always support him. But in that fight, he did not win. Floyd was able to do to him what he has been able to do to most fighters, which is control them, dictate what happens in the fight, and outbox them and win.
Andrew Garcia commented on your fight with Porter, saying that kind of like he didn't understand why you guys were fighting each other when you guys could be fighting Salka, he said. What's your take on that, and why is it that you want these big fights?
Yeah, you don't get anything from Salka. You don't get anything.
Hey, I work with Salka. Don't put Salka down.
He's not in the top 5,
right? Yeah.
And I'm a top 5 fighter. So in my mind, it makes sense that you only fight top 5 competition. You will get paid top 5 money, and you keep it moving. I think that Angel may be looking at a situation where he's wanting to get more bang for his buck, but not really not willing to let his fighter get in there and take those bangs that is required from the guys that are worthy of.
He started fighting these guys over here. We can see exactly what they were doing, and that's the way they want to run their business. Okay, fine. We've got that belt. It's at home. I don't think we could have flew to England, grabbed that guy 81 times in the first round and got a decision. I just don't believe that would happen. Anybody can say what they want to say. You could say he got beat up and knocked down and almost none of that happened. None of that happened. The kid comes out of the fight, more scuffed up from the holding than any of the punches. So, here we go. Keith said, well, I was sitting ringside when he fought Kell Brook. Well, did you take notes on that, Keith? Get your grip game together. Bring that to the fight ring with you along with the running game, and bring all that in and get that started, because that's what you're gonna need on fight night. You're gonna have to, and we're not gonna, we're not gonna allow that to ever happen again.
What's the answer for the clinching?
The answer for the clinching, first and foremost, clinching is allowed. I don't have a problem with clinching. Clinching's allowed. It's when
excessive holding.
You become, it becomes excessive in your holding, and you're impeding the process of the fight. So I don't have a problem with the clinching. You're gonna clinch us, we clinch, whatever that happens. But the answer to that is like a guy like Shane Mosley that will come in and grab a hold of Shawn, twist Shawn up and hold Shawn. We have to work our way through that when we spar with Shane, and that makes it really hard. But Shane is a teacher in that respect, that he can get in there, and he's still got fast hands, he's got great power, but he can get in there and put some different holds and locks on Shawn, and it helps Shawn because it gets frustrating to him and he has to learn how to work his way through it. So we're going to definitely bring him in for that as well, but we're going to have some guys that are moving all over that ring. We're going to have some guys that are check hooking. Keith, you want to throw that check hook, We're going to have some guys we got guys in there, that's bringing the power. So we're going to be prepared, and we didn't just start training for this. We've been training for this since the Broner fight. You live in Vegas, we ain't never stopped.
Of course.
Yeah, we ain't never stopped.
Comparing Keith Thurman to everybody else you guys face, would you say he has the most difficult style out of everyone? I mean, you guys been doing it for so long.
He ain't got a camera.
I told you, I got a backup cameraman.
I think, I think so. I think, Keith has always had the power, and he's really coming to himself as a boxer now. I think he moves pretty well and gets guys off balance. So I think the good thing about it is I'm a fighter that can punch and move at the same time. You move to the left, and I'm not twisting my feet up to get to you. You know what I mean? So this fight all the way around, like I've always said, is going to be a really, really good fight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you guys put a lot of stock in?
I'm gonna ask you a hard question. I'm gonna ask you a hard question right here. When you were sparring with Keith Thurman, did you and him have?
Oh, you mean like any toe-to-toe?
Yeah.
No,
why not?
No.
Come on, why not? Why not?
He was moving. He was on the move.
He was on the move.
He was on the move.
So we know what we got to get ready for.
Yes, sir.
That's right. We know what we got to get ready for. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially him moving.
Actually, that kind of leads into my question. I was wondering how much stock you guys put into past performances.
With watching him,
or any opponents, but in particular Keith Thurman.
Yeah, you gotta watch it to see what happens. How he reacts to punches, and I watch what he's doing in the first round compared to the sixth round. What slowed down, what picked up, what changed. You know what I mean? So all of that, because it will come to play in the actual fight. I've learned for myself, that there are certain rounds where I do tend to take off. So when we're working, we work on keeping the gas, actually putting more gas on the pedal in those certain rounds. That way it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So it's little things that we all do that we're gonna watch for, look for, and take care of on fight night.
Who is Al Heyman?
I don't know.
Who is he?
Who is he?
Who is he?
We know who he is, obviously, but who is he?
He's Kaiser Sose. He the man behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz.
How important has he been to the Porter family?
You know what? He plays a minimal part in what we do. Very minimal. I'm being honest with you. We're not gonna be on TV talking about, because he does just what he's supposed to do, and he doesn't interfere, or he doesn't call and give us directions or directives about anything. He believes in what we're doing. He supports what we're doing. and we're efficient in that. We don't need to call and ask for much, or he doesn't need to break his stride or things he's got going on. So we don't have any, we don't really have any interaction with him.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. Adrien Broner is fighting Ashley Theophane. Adrien, I think he told Ben that it won't last 4 rounds. What do you think?
It's going to distance.
Why?
It's going to distance. Because Adrien ain't coming after him like that. He's not going to come after him like that. But I fully expect Adrien to put on a very good performance.
Actually, I was talking to Adrien about you guys.
Yeah.
And he nothing but utmost respect for you. When he talks about Shawn, he nothing but respect. He gives him his props for the win and everything. But then as soon as he mentions your name, there's nothing but animosity there.
He's doing that for you.
Oh, really?
He's doing that for you. If I see Adrien right now, hey, coach, what's up, man? Whatever.
Because he's doing
that for you. No, he's doing that for you. Mm-hmm. He's doing that for the cameras. You know what I mean? That's, he's a guy that performs when the cameras are on. You know what I mean? But, like he said to me a couple of weeks ago in California, he had to look across the room and say, is it all right? Can I, trying to give me the high sign, is it all right? Can I come over there and talk to you? Yeah, come on over. He came over, and he said, can we get back to like we used to be when we used to play basketball together and stuff like. He was 14 years old playing basketball with me. So what he's doing for you guys means absolutely nothing to me. What he says or does to me in person is what's real. Now, the things he said, leading up to the fight and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or the things he said for the cameras and things like that. Does he really, really have a problem with me? No, he don't have a problem with me. Do I have a problem with Adrien? No, I don't. There's no animosity. There's no disrespect going on, anything like that in person. You know what I mean? So the camera situation, when the cameras come on, he becomes an actor.
Okay, you said it's going the distance, but a good performance. What do you think?
I think the same. It's definitely going to go the distance. I don't see Adrien really coming after him like that. And even if he does, Ashley's not new to this. He knows how to protect himself. He knows how to survive.
Tough fighter.
I think, he's a tough fighter.
We sparred with him before.
I don't think he's overmatched, but I do think that he's on the short end of the stick.
Last question. Amir Khan recently put out a statement today saying, hey, I was negotiating with Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao's people. He came very close to getting this Pacquiao fight. If it did happen, who would win? Khan, Pacquiao?
I'd say Manny. Manny's been more busy.
I'd probably go with the guy that's been fighting a little bit more and done a little bit more. And Manny might even get a knockout in that fight.
Were you guys in camp with them at the same time?
In camp at the same time, but we've never sparred with him.
With Amir?
Yeah, we've never sparred.
But were you able to see?
We were there. I even had other guys that sparred with him, but we never sparred.
When he sparred Manny, how was it?
We never seen it.
Yeah,
They never did that in front of us.
How come it was so challenging? I know you guys are probably tired, but how challenging or how difficult was it to get in the ring and you couldn't really monetize and capitalize the Broner win?
Meaning, you mean being out so long? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
You know what? If we were really the guys that thought about getting credit for something, that would mean something to us. But honestly, we knew way before this fight happened or anything, before the result of the fight came out, we knew that it was going to be hard to get another fight afterwards. Yeah. This is not new to us. This is something that we've had to deal with even in the amateur system where we were, paying guys to bring people into boxing in the amateurs. So, in the amateurs, he had to do whatever he could do to get fights. If that meant fight at light heavyweight, he did. If that meant fight at heavyweight, he did. Yeah. If that meant fight at super heavyweight, he did. Yeah. On an Adrien Broner show in Cincinnati and stopped the guy that was over 200 pounds. So Adrien knew all that going into the fight. He wouldn't tell you guys that. But he knew all that going into the fight. He's sitting at home watching Shawn beat a Edwin Rodriguez or beat a Danny Jacobs. He knew he had no chance with Shawn. That's why we had all the antics during the fight and the holding and the wrestling and the craziness that goes on to try to throw Shawn off from his game. And it worked in the 12th round where Shawn just came out thinking, well, he's not going to do nothing. He hasn't done nothing the whole fight. And he got caught with a shot. And, you know, we invite Keith to throw that same punch or, you know, try it, you know, every round if you can, or anybody we're fighting. If you think we don't have a chin, you bring some. When you bring some, you're going to get some. So we weren't frustrated from that standpoint. From a standpoint of looking forward, since you brought that out, you know, we have to take care of business March the 12th. And after we take care of business March the 12th, then we'll have more weight to stand on to say, hey, we need to be fighting sooner. We need to be fighting, you know, on a larger scale, whatever that might be.
Well, thank you for giving us an hour of your time.
Thanks. Absolutely.
Thanks. No, I'm serious. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass.
Absolutely.
I'm dead ass.
Thank you for bringing a camera that works.
It works. I thought I was good enough to where I didn't need no camera. Y'all still treat me the same.
I didn't even notice that. He called himself. And you know what? He stepped up on that too. Like Keith said, he don't talk, and he was like, wait a minute, this camera right here ain't even working.
You like an artist. You like you part of doing dishes. You're just like you part of doing dishes.
He went from Jamie Foxx to
Jamie Foxx.
Zero.
Hi, you're watching Dontae's Boxing Nation.